Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I do apologize if the mic sounds a little bit different or you hear a little bit of background noise. I am recording in a different location and from a different microphone than usual, so hopefully that does not detract from the reading in any way. But I did want to come on here today and share a collective energy update and reading for our beautiful community here on YouTube. So I'm going to start today by shuffling the Energy Oracle Cards deck. And right away, we have the Magician and the Mirror in the upright position, and the first chakra card, which is the root chakra card. So the Magician and the Mirror is one of my two top twin flame cards in this deck, with the first card, of course, being the Yin Yang card. This card specifically tends to represent the balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And for some reason, I keep hearing in the context of this particular reading that the balance we're really referring to here is the inner union. And I keep visualizing a divine feminine here, and the words coming up for this divine feminine thematically describing her life at this time are words like self-actualization, self-mastery, manifesting her dreams, focusing on herself. So if that sounds like the kind of energetic space you've been in as a divine feminine recently, and I got the name Rachel for someone or some kind of R name, do keep in mind, however, whenever I channel specific words, names, details, etc., these tend to be for specific individuals, so don't worry if these don't resonate with you personally. Okay, so if you are a divine feminine who has been on this path of self-mastery and self-actualization, then there may be something in this reading for you very specifically. I keep hearing the word twin flames, so I do feel that for most this is going to be a twin flame reading. But for many of the divine feminines who will resonate with this reading, you may be someone who is on a twin flame path or who is experiencing the twin flame connection in some kind of real-time physical way, and yet at this moment in time your main priority is yourself. Your main priority is that inner union that you've come into within yourself. And in fact, I'm getting that many of the divine feminines I'm channeling here specifically may have even let go of the concepts of an external union with their twin flame, either altogether, or you have surrendered this externalized union, not necessarily meaning that you never desire this kind of divine union in the future in the physical, because for some of you, you may still desire to physically reunite and connect with your twin flame. But regardless, it seems like you've surrendered in the sense that the focus is not on the physical outcome, but actually on the internal transformation that has been powerfully taking place through this twin flame path. I got something about the month of April. So that could be someone's birth month here. That could be significant to someone in some way. But I also heard Leo. So Leo could be a name, but that could also be, of course, Leo birth chart energy for someone as well. We're also getting the heart chakra card in the upright position. So someone here is going through a massive heart opening. And particularly for those of you who are on a twin flame path, I am picking up that lately For the divine masculines collectively, this heart chakra opening has been about opening themselves to exuding more of that unconditional love energy. In the past, many of these divine masculines have been very turned in on themselves for the purpose of self-protection. There was a lot of really repressed heart chakra energy. And as the divine feminine awakened and activated even more of that heart chakra energy within the divine masculine, it continued to build up this kind of pressure that built into tension, which could have manifested in the physical between the twins or between these counterparts as triggers, as negative reactions or interactions, as karmic patterns or cycles. But ultimately, that pressure building in the heart chakra of the masculine has reached a kind of breaking point where it's beginning to break open their heart in a sense energetically and exude outward. It's teaching them how to exemplify that love toward others in the physical world. Not just to feel it internally, not just to be in their head about it, but to actually step forward and take action on the love that they're feeling, to show that love in real-time physical ways. Whereas on the other hand, the divine feminines have been learning how to take that powerful loving energy and apply it inward. So often we see these dynamics between the divine feminine and divine masculine showing up as opposite mirrors. So in this case, as the divine masculine learns to exude this powerful loving frequency in the external world, the divine feminine simultaneously is learning to turn this heart chakra energy inward toward herself in the form of self-focus, self-love. And my guides are asking me to remind you that the energy of internal love, meaning self-love, is equivalent to unconditional love turned outward. These are equivalent energies and frequencies. The love you show yourself is breaking down barriers. It's breaking down restrictions and patterns of limitation within yourself. And that is actually breaking down collective patterns of limitation that my guides want to refer to as patterns of separation. Because if you are a twin flame and you've experienced twin flame separation from a divine counterpart, you are really experiencing a microcosm of the kind of separation that is artificially created collectively in the world, that creates wars and misunderstandings and miscommunication and suffering collectively. We are healing these patterns of separation, which actually begin energetically, individually within the self by coming into this profound inner union. And again, a lot of this has to do with applying that self-love inward for the divine feminines and learning to exude and to exemplify that love outward for the divine masculines. This is creating a collective balancing out effect, and you yourself may be individualizing that collective balancing out effect by coming into an inner union within yourself. So let's dive deeper into this concept of inner union. Okay, so right away we have financial constraints in the reverse position. So divine feminine, I'm picking up that part of you coming into this inner union within yourself, really balancing out your own energy. A powerful part of this equation is related to your abundance mentality. And when I use that word abundance, I am not using it in any kind of a specific or limited way, meaning this isn't just about material abundance in one specific form. This is a mentality of limitlessness, which is actually you coming into a remembrance of your own true limitless nature as the all-powerful creative being that you are. I got the name Katie for someone. This also could be a K name for someone. I'm also seeing something about someone's hair, so there could be something about your hair, Divine Feminine, that's very unique. You may have very beautiful hair. The color green is coming out as well, so that may connect with someone in some way, particularly with someone's appearance, possibly. But this also could be referring to money because, of course, although this abundance mentality is not limited to material abundance, I also see that as you cultivate an abundant energy and mindset from within yourself, you are, Divine Feminine, going to become increasingly magnetic for abundance in visible, physical, and material forms as well. And I'm hearing that this abundant mentality really begins with, again, this self-love. There's something powerful happening on your heart space, your heart chakra. I'm seeing this old house for some reason. Someone I'm tapping into here might live in a home that is very old, perhaps, when you moved into it. I don't know why I'm picking that up for someone. But this abundant mentality is really beginning with the powerful transformation happening on your heart space, Divine Feminine. So let's channel more about this. Yeah, with the third eye chakra upright, I see that the way you are cultivating this mindset or this energy of abundance is that you are allowing yourself to be led by your intuition. And I'm hearing something about emptying yourself or emptying your life, energetically speaking. Now, when I talk about emptying yourself, this is really a term that hasn't really come up in recent readings, but okay, this feels like a really big download, so I'm kind of taking a deep breath to try to translate this energy that's coming through, which, by the way, we are all co-creators here on this channel, so when I talk about these messages or pieces of information that come through the readings, I'm talking about something that we are co-creating together, and I also want to just take a moment to express how appreciative I am of each and every one of you who is here, who is contributing your unique and very powerful energetic frequency to this reading, because that really does shape, mold, and manifest the messages that come through. And if you would like to tie your energy more strongly into this reading, which does often allow me to pick up on that energy more strongly and translate messages, bring forth messages more specifically for you, then you can do this by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's talk about this concept of emptying yourself, Divine Feminine. Collectively, most people's minds are incredibly cluttered, especially those who are unawakened. This clutter is largely subconscious. Much of it is programmed into us. We are, in a sense, if our mind is a computer, we're running multiple programs all the time that we don't even realize that we're running. And again, many of these are picked up automatically through our training, through teaching, through media that we pick up through childhood and early adult years. So these multiple programs that we're running, for example, could be constantly worrying about what other people are thinking about us. This could be constantly thinking ahead to what we need to do in the future, who we need to meet, who we need to reach out to, who we need to talk to in the future. This could be also the weight psychologically of the past, the connections that we form energetically with others from the past that we then carry with us and think about very frequently, that again create this clutter. When we go through a spiritual awakening, very often it can feel as though our computer is being wiped. We are detaching from many of these different connections, relationships, environments in our life very quickly, because our frequency is raising to a very high level of vibration through this spiritual awakening. And what I'm picking up is that many of you who are divine feminines are going through this, or have gone through this profound awakening where much of your life has changed, whether it is your workplace, whether it is environments, people, relationships, things about yourself. And while to the human 3D self, this has been very disorienting, this has served a very important higher level divine purpose. The purpose of this divine emptying, so to speak, has been to clear space for your intuition to speak to you more clearly and more directly. And that is what you are coming into now. Because now you've reached a point in your awakening journey where your mind is no longer as cluttered with these things. In fact, your mind, your energy is much, much, much clearer and more open than most people in the collective conscious, or I guess we could say collective unconscious, because many of them are still living unconsciously. So whoever I'm speaking to here, I know this is a bit of a strange message, and also do bear with me, because when I pick up on these energies, which by the way, this energy, this message, it's something that I don't think I've channeled in this specific way before, which is why I've been really reaching for the right words to try and explain it. And I know that over time, I feel through future reading videos, we will be getting more messages and pieces of information about this divine emptying process, as I'm calling it, that's taken place especially for many divine feminines, and how this is impacting you at this higher level, this divine level. Because what I'm getting is, having been divinely detached from many things, people, situations in your life, this has really opened you to a profound reconnection with your true inner self. Your guides want you to know that, and of course, only take what resonates from these readings. When I say your guides, I mean I'm picking up on certain spiritual guides that are surrounding certain segments of the collective that are resonating with these messages. But at the end of the day, it's always your intuition. Sorry, I felt some throat chakra energy coming through there. That has the answers for you. So always take what resonates with you, and of course leave the rest here. But someone's guides here are really emphasizing that you have done so much inner work on yourself through this spiritual awakening. You have really emptied your mind of so much of this mind chatter or mental clutter, these attachments that have kind of blocked your sense of reconnection to self. And this is really allowing you to fully come into your own. And specifically, it's opening you up to being able to very clearly hear an intuitive voice within yourself that is guiding you. And circling all the way back to talking about cultivating this abundance mentality, it feels like it's really that intuition that is guiding you into the abundant future that you are creating. And major programs you are releasing as you step into this abundant reality. I don't even want to call it a future, because time doesn't exist at the level of energy. And my guides are reminding me of that, giving me the patience card reversed, because actually one of the major programs you're releasing is around timing. This could be around aging, around falsely placed limitations that society puts on aging, meaning saying that you're too young for this, or too old for this, or you waited too long to start this business or to do this project. It's never too late, because all we have is the present moment, and all we know is how we're being intuitively guided in that present moment. And you are very firmly connected to that present moment guidance, divine feminine. And you are also releasing limiting beliefs collectively around physical exertion of effort versus energetic value. You are learning that your energy is your true currency, that you quite literally have more than billions upon billions of dollars worth of energy flowing through your veins, flowing through your cells. And what I mean by that, of course, because you can't put a concrete value on your energy. So in a more generalized sense, you carry a very rare and high value energetic frequency. Everyone carries a high value energy within themselves. However, most are not exuding that very high level energy, that frequency, because they've been artificially programmed away from it. There are these levels and layers of programming masking that true core soul frequency that is their currency. But you are beginning to really tap into that true value within yourself, because you are showing up as that authentic self. You are sharing that rare energy with the world. And you are learning that because your energy is your currency, you are beginning to learn how to manifest in this higher level of consciousness, in this 5D new earth consciousness, so to speak, where manifesting becomes effortless in a physical sense, because again, it's about the way that you are cultivating, molding, and directing energy, and then allowing yourself to be naturally and intuitively guided into the perfect present moment action steps. That's really what we refer to as this flow state manifestation, in the flow of remaining fully connected to your true authentic space within yourself, in the flow of loving yourself completely, showing yourself the self-love that you've always deserved. So here we have all tied up in the reverse position. Okay, I can tell that we're shifting to the divine masculine here. Now, I will say there's something standing out about this contract reverse card. I feel there may be some karmic energy being released from your life, divine feminine, some karmic contract that you are emerging from. For some of you, this won't be for everyone, but for who I'm speaking to here, breaking free from this karmic contract feels like coming out of some kind of fog. I don't know yet the specifics on what this is, but if you felt as though you're emerging from some kind of void or some kind of fog in your life recently, then you might resonate with that part of the reading. And if so, in the extended reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more information about what karmic contract or pattern or cycle you are emerging out of, divine feminine, for whoever I'm speaking to there. And of course, the link to the extended readings on Patreon is always under the video in the pinned comment and description box, where we will be channeling more in-depth information and messages for the reading. So if you are resonating with the reading and you are interested in joining our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon, I will leave all the information on that under the video. But right away, I'm feeling the divine masculine coming through here very strongly. Now, of course, I do always feel the need to emphasize that this divine masculine energy could connect, of course, with an external divine masculine figure in your life, with some kind of external environment, situation, person, connection. But equally, it could apply to your internal divine masculine as well, because we all do have a balance of these energies, the divine feminine and divine masculine, within ourselves. Now, what I'm seeing for the divine masculine here is someone who is very much in their head. I'm getting an M name potentially for someone here, Whenever I've been channeling into the Divine Masculine recently, the Envy card in the upright position and all tied up reversed has been coming out a lot here. The Envy card represents a sense of unfulfillment. I want to say longing for something he doesn't have. For some Divine Masculines, this could be a Divine Feminine in their life. This could be you, Divine Feminine, that they're longing for, but there's something very strongly coming through about feeling cut out or on the outside of something that they're longing for and not really being sure how to cross that threshold and attain this thing. I'm hearing it feels like only a step away and yet impossible to attain. I know that's such a strange and abstract message, but it almost feels like this masculine, realistically speaking, could, for example, if it's the Divine Feminine, they could reach out, they could text, they could call. If this is something else that they desire, they could take some step towards it. And yet, they're not taking that step, which is frustrating at the surface level to the Divine Feminine, because there's this feeling of, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just make the change? Why don't you just reach out? But somehow to the Divine Masculine, this is feeling impossible. They're really in their head about it, for starters, with the thinking man upright. The number 46 might be significant to someone. Okay, this is a big message though. Although on the surface it might be frustrating to the Divine Feminine, for example, if this is a very externalized physical relationship playing out here, because I feel a Divine Feminine saying, why don't you just take that step? Why don't you just reach out, make that move in the physical? And again, at the surface level, the Divine Masculine feels like they're just very in their head about it. They might say, oh, I always talk myself out of it because I overthink it. I just can't make myself take that step. And yet, there's something else going on here at a higher self-divine level. I feel as though, regardless of what reason or excuse seems to come up for why this action isn't being taken, what's really happening is the Divine Masculine is being divinely blocked from being able to access the thing he desires, from being able to fully take the steps necessary to access that thing he is longing for, that thing he's looking at but feels outside of, until he fully opens his heart. Yeah, because we have cornucopia reversed on the heart chakra. So it's like the guides surrounding, and I want to say protecting this connection. If there's a physical 3D connection here as well, it feels like there's protection around this connection, and part of that protection means the Divine Masculine must fully open his heart before he can make those physical 3D moves and changes towards the Divine Feminine, or to get that thing that he desires. But this is very deep level. It's very subconscious. At the conscious level, he might just feel like he's overthinking or self-sabotaging, but really he's being pushed into a true heart transformation before being able to fully take those steps forward. And I feel there may be a Divine Feminine who needs to know this as well, who's felt this frustration of, I'm hearing the frustration of loneliness. I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but there may be a Divine Feminine thinking, I am tired of doing this alone. I'm hearing I'm tired of walking our mission or our path alone, with the temple path upright but deceit in the upright position. I'm getting two very opposite energies. It feels like there's a Divine Feminine here who already has shifted into this new beginning, who is really focusing on keeping her heart open, on staying connected to her most divine self. I'm seeing someone doing yoga for some reason. And on the other side, there is this Divine Masculine who is still living in some kind of situation that is heavy with illusion. And I am not getting specifics yet about what this illusion is that this divine masculine is living in. If these messages are connecting, I'm going to be channeling more on these two opposite energies, because for someone I'm picking up on here, you might be feeling frustrated at this feeling of loneliness or seeing a disconnect between yourself and this other person. And what I'm seeing here is there is a divine reason for this physical disconnect, because something needs to transform first at the heart level. And I do see that you and this person may be in very opposite energies, so to speak. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more on how the divine masculine is caught up or living in some kind of illusion, and also how the divine feminine is shifting or has shifted into this new beginning. And I'm also seeing potential soulmate energy coming up on your field, divine feminine, as well. So we will be diving deeper into that in the extended Patreon reading also. And again, the link to that reading with those additional messages is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. I heard a very strong and clear message, though, for a divine feminine, and that message is stand in your power. And we have door to value in the upright position. Remain fully connected to the knowingness of your value and your worth, and the knowledge, again, that your true value is your energy. Your energy is your currency. In fact, you could make this a mantra for yourself. My energy is my currency. I'm also getting the month of August coming through here from the Love Word Scramble, which is a tool I use to channel specific words during the reading. That's interesting because that overlaps with that message about Leo energy coming through earlier in the reading as well. So in the extended reading, in addition to everything we've already discussed, I will be channeling more about what the divine feminine and divine masculine are consciously thinking, feeling, and experiencing at this time. And I'll also be channeling some higher self messages and spirit guide messages for the feminine and masculine as well. So the link to that extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and close the reading with two final Starseed Oracle cards. So the first card we have here is Portal, but interestingly, it's in the reverse position. So what I'm getting is you, divine feminine, may have closed some kind of door or closed some kind of portal energetically. I'm getting chills all over. This is definitely going to come up again in the extended Patreon reading. I can already feel it, but I will say for now in this reading, this feels like it connects with that karmic cycle or contract you may have been closing out. It feels like it connects with you closing off access other people may have had to you, either platonically or romantically, that were not treating you according to your true worth and value. And then we have the card Forge, Don't Follow. And I'm going to leave this reading here with just the message on this card. And this card says, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And that feels like a beautiful place to close this first reading. So I will now be heading over to channel more on all of this on Patreon. The link to that is in the description box and pinned comment under the video. For those of you who are leaving the reading here, I just want to say that I'm sending you so much love today. I am wishing you a beautiful day. I would love for you to subscribe if anything here did resonate with you personally. Otherwise, have a beautiful day and start to your week, and I will talk to you again in Wednesday's collective reading.